Hello, this is just my attempt to see if if this could be the first photo of the video, as I cannot select my own thumbnails as I'm not a partner, and this is going to be a personal video. I'm sorry that you hear the clanking sound. That's the heater, and today is December 21st, Wednesday, 11:06 a.m. This is a personal video. These two icons are the Saint Oleg. There's a saint in the Russian Orthodox religion culture. Russian Orthodox, the religion. It's more of a culture than a religion. Well, the way you might be able to, generally the way that Americans view religion, it's you can say that Russian Orthodox is more of a culture, just like how when there used to be Tibet before China took it over. Tibetan Buddhism was a culture, it was a way of life. This is Saint Oleg. The reason I have this out is I'm just kind of, I guess, asking for some peace, or I'm just thinking, and I want to read this this little thing. There's a little prayer. It's in Russian. Молитва святому имя, которого носишь. Моли Бога о мне, святой угодничь Божий. It's written in a little bit not the regular Russian, and my Russian reading skill is not that great. Имя, ако аз усердно к тебе пригаюсь скоро, и молитвенник души. It's really hard to read this, actually. I actually can't read this. It's actually pretty strange. But on the back of it is written "Спаси, сохрани," which means save and preserve or protect. And the reason I'm just not in peace, I just have a lot of thoughts in my head. I have a lot of great ideas, and I'm just very inspired. But I also need to sleep. It's 11:08 a.m. and that's the reason I might have been a little upset. Or in my I guess video with where I'm presenting the contest. I just been having trouble sleeping because I have a lot of ideas in my head about a lot of different videos that I would like to do. And someone suggested to me, if you're not having fun, don't do it. Well, that's the general idea, but sometimes things like curiosity and something that is interesting, I don't know. I like to think of myself as an artist. So, if an artist is going to be sitting there painting a painting for 10 hours, they're not going to be in a state of ecstasy where they're joyfully happy and they're relaxed. So sometimes I guess you're not, you can have fun, but it's still a positive thing. I think. I have a lot of great ideas that I'm probably, after this video, I'm going to write down for later for myself to do. Maybe I should just share them. It is a personal video. I want to do a how-to chainsaw video, as I have chainsawed. I want to do a review on a BB gun I purchased in South Carolina and set it up where I'm actually going to be using it and shooting it and seeing how strong it is, because I found it to be very, very strong. Like if I were to shoot it at somebody, I would probably cause a lot of damage to them. I would certainly take out an eye, and I think I would certainly go inside the skin, if not into the muscle. I think the bone, we might not penetrate the bone like a real bullet might, where it will shatter the bone. But that's that. And I have some videos I need to work on. I need to render. So I can set up the queue. I went to Russia for the first time in, I'd say 19 years, 18 years, this past summer. and I spent 3 weeks there, and I went there, and I had I had a little camera, and I took some photos and took some video, and some interesting things happened, and I want to kind of make a video of it from start to finish, and I want to have like during the points where there's photos or there's video and there's no, like, I'm not commentating, I'm just recording various things. I want to, as they play, I want to give my own commentary, what I recall I was thinking, and just miscellaneous things like that. I might be interesting. And then I have some other videos, just random bits and pieces that I should upload, because I did, when I recorded them, wanted to upload to YouTube, but I don't know. It seems like it seems like it's working. It seems like my channel has been growing. It seems like that's the right thing to do, to kind of expand. I don't want to limit myself to just playing Skyrim or Heroes of Newerth or Tribes Ascend, or that attempt with scoring an interview or a tour of Bethesda Studios. Actually, a few hours ago, I wrote down some very fucking interesting questions that I'm going to try to get an interview if they're very serious questions on a more political business level. It's just that I need to prepare myself ahead of time towards it, and I guess follow up with my commitment. It's something I've had, I guess, a problem with the past few years, with commitments. That's why I guess maybe I'm floating around and not like everybody else, in terms of people, they have like a steady job, or you're kind of in a position to grow. That's where I would like to be. I also had a very interesting idea. I should write, maybe this would be a good way, because if I express it, then I'll remember it and I'll write it down. I wanted to, I should go back to Washington, D.C. and interview some of the homeless people, or the people who are out in the streets asking for money. And I want to ask them what happened to them. I want to ask them that and offer them money in exchange for that information, and I hope I won't get into a nasty situation where maybe one of them might threaten me, or because I do plan on recording that. The worst case scenario is one of them might, I don't know, snap and then try to attack me. It could be a little bit dangerous, because I don't know who's, but probably not, though. I mean, they're asking for money. I think they would do it, and just tell them I'm just a student studying this, because if I say I'm gonna put this on YouTube, and I don't know. But the point of that, I think, would be, is, I guess, for myself to find out, because well, if you're in a position of you need money and you have to resort to asking for people, I think shame is out the window. You have to be able to, it's about surviving, or doing something uncomfortable that you feel uncomfortable with, or shameful. You're gonna pick survival. So this one, out the window. So I'm that's my, I guess, school of thought with that. But then the interesting question is, some of these people are twice my age, and they're asking me for money. I find that a bit insulting, because I don't know, are they preying on me? Because generally speaking, I think for most people, when you meet somebody who's younger than you, or you have let's say, a younger family member, or I don't know, you work somewhere and there's a younger employee, and you kind of have a general, I don't know, I think it's a natural general rule where you're more inclined to help and assist and maybe provide advice for that person. I'm just going to give you an example of, let's say, let's say, I'm not really great with girls, so with something like that, I might ask somebody for advice. And I think an older man or an older guy might be more inclined to give me advice as opposed to somebody who's younger than me who probably knows less about it than I do. So how does, how do, are those two connected? Um, I'm just trying to picture myself in that situation. I have to be outside in the street. I've traded all my shame. In doing so, I also need to be confident. I need to be able to come up to people, engage them, and ask them for money. That's something that a lot of salesmen have, or sales representatives. In order to be a sales representative, you need to have a lot of confidence, and you need to have that where you're going to directly approach a person and try to sell them something. That was my experience with working for a company that contracted Verizon Fios door-to-door sales. I had to, I would have like a little map and little, some addresses, but generally just go to this area, this neighborhood, walk around, knock on every door like 3 times a day. And the best time to do it is after 6 when people are having dinner or sitting down. That's for sales, so you have to be able to, you know, guy answers the door, I'm having dinner, like, oh no sir, like this is a once in a lifetime opportunity. Um, so you need to be very confident with that, and if they're out in the street and they have that kind of confidence, why don't they go into commission-based sales? As big, from what I see, there's so many jobs for commission-based sales. You don't make any money unless you sell something. It's good for the employer who's hiring you. This way they don't take any risk, and if you sell something, they're just going to give you a cut of what they're making, and you're doing all the work, but they just happen to have the money and the capital to have bought whatever it is that you can be selling, branded it, gotten everything taken care of. Now it's on you to take care of it. So I want to do that, like ask them. I would like to ask the homeless people, what happened? What happened in their lives that kind of, now you're here? There has to be something that happened, because I don't think they were just born like this, and at age 6 or 7 they were out in the streets like some children in other parts of the world. I don't think there's no such thing like that in the United States, actually. There's no such thing as an orphanage in the United States. We have a foster care system. I found that out by speaking to one day, the night before I became a United States citizen. I went out to dinner by myself. I forgot what restaurant, but just a restaurant late at night, and I was sitting at the bar, and I began to have a conversation with a man who was just out to have dinner by himself as well. And he was much older. He was retired. He told me he looked like he was maybe in his 60s, and he told me he was a lawyer, and most of what he did was he was an adoptions lawyer, and he worked with United States families, to families in the United States who wanted to adopt Russian children from Russia. And he told me about all the problems, and then he also told me that there's no orphanages in the United States. And prior to that, I never really thought about it. I never really thought of an orphanage. I did. I've seen them in movies, but to really think about it, like I did after you told me about that, it really occurred to me there's no orphanages in the United States. There are plenty in Russia and other parts of the world, and there's plenty of documentaries and plenty of movies, and possibly even YouTube videos of just children living out on the street. I saw someone that was in St. Petersburg. I don't know if I recorded that, but I was. There's also a few there's a few documentaries specifically about the children in Russia, but Russia's not the only one. I want to ask them what happened, and I want to ask them, are they currently maybe addicted to drugs or alcohol? Maybe do they have some mental illness? I'm not talking about the ones that are like, sometimes you would see people who are kind of sitting there with on a wheelchair or no legs or just disfigured in a way. I can see that something very serious happened in their life, and I, I don't know. I actually don't guess anything. I just imagine. I don't imagine anything actually. I just imagine probably something really really bad happened to them. But I'm talking about the ones who seem generally okay. They're kind of wearing like some kind of clothing. They smile at you when you give them money. You know, so they manage to smile. That's a good thing. But people generally smile when you give them money too. I don't know if you've ever, well, if you ever in life pay somebody for something directly. Let me see. Let me just give you a practical thing. Let's say you pay a contractor or you hire somebody to do something for you, or yeah, that would be the only way. Or unless you have a business and you have employees. Um, yeah, so if you ever hire somebody to do something for you, I guess the cheapest thing that you could possibly do is maybe hire somebody to clean your home. That is if you're probably in the United States and you're at least middle class to be able to afford that. I don't know anything about the rest of the world and how their income. So yeah, you would generally see a smile, and that's not something that I personally witnessed or understood or experienced, but it was something that somebody else said to me, and then after that, again, I thought about it, and that's true, because when from my own personal experiences. So basically, I have ideas like that for the time being. I don't think I have anything more serious in my mind, brewing. Um, I just wanted to share that. Thank you. I'm gonna maybe write this down, some of these things down, and try to go to bed. It's 11:23 a.m. and you know, I made a little mistake though with my contest. I might get confused when I get the private messages in the comments. Um, like separating real comments or just, you know, it's cool that you're doing this, and because I've received a few interesting comments, but I should have said something like specify, like, write, I don't know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with your comments, so I know that comment is the comment that you want me to use to determine if you want to, if you can win in the contest, as opposed to me eventually. I guess I'll take care of it. I'll just message ahead of time. I can find out if this was an entry or not, because some of the comments were kind of engaging. Um, Even though there was really no, which that's not bad. I don't want to say what. Um, it's your own comment. Yeah, that's pretty much it.